Welcome to lesson number 8 of Calisthenics Kids, where we're going to be going through head, shoulders, knees and toes and around the world as we aim to improve your body awareness, and we're going to recap the key movements that we've learnt so far in the month of May. So all I want you to do is we're going to start off with a position called the Frogger that we covered in lesson 2. So all we're going to do to start with is we're going to place our hands in front of us, push through the floor, make sure our knees are inside of our elbows. So push the floor away and then knees inside elbows. We're going to make this a lot harder, a lot more quickly, so just take it easy for now. So knees inside elbows, push the floor and down we come. If this is easy, or you're watching this and you feel a little bit stronger, then you can practice pushing a little bit harder, seeing if you can get a bit of height with your Frogger. Now let's try going backwards, so hands close to your feet, push your hips up as high as you can. So hips up nice and high, see how long you can hold yourself. So push high and down, reach up nice and tall, push, reach. Now we go backwards, push and reach. And all I want you to do from this position is, this is very simple, touch your head, touch your shoulders, touch your knees, touch your toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, easy peasy. Now what I want you to do is we're going to do that, but we're going to try and rotate round. So in previous lessons we've imagined that we're working on a cameraman duty and we've been trying to shoot film from the front, from the side and above us without falling over. So this time we're going to shoot from the left, down the middle, to the side, and then can we rotate round whilst we're doing this. So you can see how this is a lot more difficult. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at our bear movement. Now recapping if we haven't seen our previous lesson on the bear. So bum up nice and tall, chin on your chest looking at your toes. So I'll show you from the side, then I'll show you from the front. So chin on my chest, bum up as high as I can, and all we're going to do is move opposite arm, opposite leg. If we're really good at this, then we can move nice and slowly, and if we want to make it a bit harder, we just bend the elbows and imagine we're almost sniffing the ground. Really hard to sniff the ground with this movement. You should find it a lot harder. So we're going to try one length of that forward and backwards, then we're going to make it a little bit harder with our knees, head, shoulders, knees and toes. So chin on our chest, walking forwards, so just opposite arm, opposite leg, bum up nice and tall. Again, coming backwards. Now I want you to try bending your elbows just a little bit. A little bit's fine, the more you bend them, the harder it is. So if you can, imagine you're trying to sniff the floor. Bum up nice and high, bum up nice and high. Can we come forwards and can we come back? Okay, have a quick breather. Now, in lesson 2 or 3, I think it was, where we focused on the bear movement, we focused on the figure of 8 challenge, where we were trying to take some kitchen roll or some toilet roll, and all we were trying to do is roll it from our left hand to our right foot to our right hand, and back round in our figure of 8. If you haven't already tried that, let's have a go. Tag Calisthenics Kids. So for now, just because you might not have had your toilet roll prepared, what we're going to do is go for our head, shoulders, knees and toes game. If you find this easy, I want you to pick the opposite leg to the hand that is on the floor. So, chin on your chest, looking at your toes, and all we're going to do is head, shoulders, knees, toes. So let's try left hand first. So left hand to my head, shoulder, knee, toe. Right hand to my head, shoulders, knees, oh, nearly falling over, and toes. Now if that's easy, I want you to shift your weight forward. So rather than doing it like this, where you're touching head, shoulders, knees and toes, and you can see I can do that almost by having a lot of weight on my legs, what I want you to do is shift your body weight forward. Now try head, shoulders, knees, toes. If you're really good, come right up onto your tiptoes, head, shoulders, nearly falling over, knees, toes. So just play about with where your body is and you'll find that almost all of a sudden much easier, much harder. Work at the level you're at. Now we're going to go over the monkey, which we covered in what I believe was lesson 4 or 5. You'd have to go back and watch them. Now the monkey, he moves one hand at a time, 1 foot at a time. So just a quick recap, the monkey lands 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm here, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're an adult, or if you're doing this with mum and dad, the coaching cue I like to give is imagine you're a poor driver. So one hand on the wheel, this hand comes over the top. So if I'm here, I'm on my right side, so my right hand comes over the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If I go back the other way, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm really good, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. But again, don't get disheartened if you don't feel like you're that confident, because you might never have done this before. So let's try 2 lengths of that, whatever level we're at. If you're good, nice and high. If you're just getting used to the movement, stay nice and low, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to start here, I'm going to mix it up high and low. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Now what I want you to do is we are going to try and combine that with different directions, head, shoulders, knees and toes. Follow along slowly and I'll make it easy before we get hard. So, first thing I'm going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4. So very easy, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go head, shoulders, knees, toes. Easy so far. Now let's try that backwards. So we'll go backwards, then head, shoulders, knees, toes. So going backwards this time, and then head, shoulders, knees, toes. Backwards again, head, shoulders, head, shoulders, knees, toes. Okay, that's very easy. Now what we're going to do is we are going to try and change direction whilst we're doing this. So we've covered this before as well. We're going to try and spin ourselves 180. So hand points backwards, looking where we're going. So my hand points backwards, I look down, I'll show you from this angle. Look down, hand points backwards, can I pop myself over? And then can I go head, shoulders, knees, toes. So hand points back, head, shoulders, knees, toes. Let's try that once more. So coming back this time, I want to see the biggest spin possible. Can I end up back where I started? I'm not going to give you too much instruction, I'm just going to let you play with the movement. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Let's try that one again. Head, shoulders, these aren't my shoulders. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Okay, so that's some of our warm-up movements done. Now what we're going to do is go through our head, shoulders, knees and toes from different positions. First position I want you to try, spread your legs nice and wide to make this easier. So, legs nice and wide, and all you're going to do with your left hand is go head, shoulders, knees, toes. Now my only rule here is that you're not allowed to bend your legs. So head, shoulders, knees, toes, swap side, head, shoulders, knees, toes. So we're working on balance, stability, bit of strength as well. Okay, now what I'm going to do, feet together, knees underneath your hips. So I'm in this position here, I'm going to push hard into the ground, and from that position, can we touch our head, can we touch our shoulders, we touch our knees, we touch our toes, and swap over, head, shoulders, knees, toes. Easy, not easy? Let me know. Okay, now we're going to level up. So for this, you're going to need access to something you can put your feet up onto. So I'm going to use a sofa. You can use whatever you have access to. So I'm going to pop my feet up on my sofa, hands below shoulders and knees below hips, so you can make this easier or harder. So you can have your knees on the floor if you want to, you can bring them off, you can push your bum right up in the air to make it harder. So I'm going to go bum up in the air, head, shoulders, knees, toes. Swap sides, head, shoulders, knees, toes. Okay, that might have been easy for you, so now we're going to make that a little bit harder. This time, you're going to rotate round as you're doing it. So let me show you that first. So, bum up in the air, we're going to go head, shoulders, knees, toes, rotate round, hips up, head, shoulders, knees, toes. This time, try and do it without your hips falling to the floor. So head, shoulders, knees, and I'm going to try and do it without falling to the floor, toes. And on the other side, so I'm going to come down here so you can probably see me better. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Hips nice and high. Head, shoulders, I'm going to swap sides, knees, toes. Okay, have a rest. So, you probably feel that's getting harder. You probably feel upper body's a little bit tired. If mum and dad are joining you with this, they might be struggling too. Pick a movement that makes it easier for you if you are struggling. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take it to the wall. So I'm going to bring the cameras over to the wall and we're going to get towards the most difficult part of the session. You might feel your heart's going a little bit, upper body might be feeling a little bit like a jellyfish so far. So let's take this and move next to the wall. Again, if you're doing this with mum and dad, make sure that you have got a safe space. Make sure that you've got somebody nearby if this is the first time that you've gone upside down. So all I want you to do here is you're going to take your feet as high up the wall as is comfortable for you. So what feels comfortable for you might be difficult for somebody else. So parents, just make sure kids feel comfortable with this. Make sure no one's going to get fly kicked in the face. So I'm going to start off, in fact, let's move this down here. So I'm going to start off a bit further from the wall. Move that over there. So all I'm going to do for this one is I'm just going to start quite far away from the wall. Now the closer my hands are to the wall, the easier this is going to be. The further away my hands are from the wall, the closer my hands are to the wall, harder, further away, easier. So my hands being here is going to be easier than, say, my hands coming nearer. So all you want to do, find a position that works for you. And all I want you to do is just practice coming up to the wall and back down. So I'll show you what I mean. So, hands on the floor, feet on the wall, doesn't matter where they are, and just find a place where you feel like you can transition. So we're just holding this side position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and swap sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you come down, slide down safely. Pop your feet on the floor. Now, if that's the first time you've done that, that may have been a little bit of a shock to the system, may have been a bit more difficult than you have expected. Key tips: imagine there is a bug underneath your hands. You need to squish that bug as hard as you possibly can, otherwise it's going to eat you alive. If you, as we said in our frog stand lesson, if we just relax on our hands, what happens is we just fall over. Whereas if we grip the hand at the floor like we're clawing at it, it's going to become much easier for us to perform different tricks, and it's going to make it going to give us the strength to perform cooler stuff. So let's try that once more. Play about with different body positions. Make sure you might want to take socks off, to give you a better grip against the wall. Hopefully no one's face planted and find that out the hard way. So, play around with different positions. I'm going to go a bit closer to the wall with my feet and hands. And I'm going to start off in this position, dig my feet into the wall, and all I'm going to do is push through the floor, turn my hand towards my left, start rotating, and just hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to point my right hand behind me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bring my feet onto the floor. Excellent job. Okay, so to finish today's lesson, your challenge, if you're willing and brave enough to accept it, get mum and dad involved as well. We can have a right laugh at their expense. We're going to see if we can do a complete rotation against the wall. What I mean by that is if our chest starts facing the floor, then can we get to a position where we do one full circle? So chest starts facing the floor, then the chest is facing up, and then back down facing the floor. You can do this however you like. So I'll show you a couple of variations, you decide whichever one you choose, and that is today's movement challenge that I want you to tag Calisthenics Kids in. So I'm going to show you two different ways. First way is a kind of handstand variation. Further your hands are away from the wall, easier, closer, harder. So grippy socks, or maybe even no socks. This is variation 1. I'm going to grip my feet against the wall and turn my hand left, and I'm going to hold that there. I can move my feet if I want to. I can slide them down, and I'm going to try and get my hand back on the floor. Okay, feet are still on the wall, still counts. Now can I get full circle? So this is a lot more difficult than I'm probably making it look. Can I push up? Ugh. Maybe it is too difficult. Who knows? Maybe you've got people out there who can do that a lot more efficiently than I can. As I said, we're not making these challenges super easy so everyone can do them, because I want to see what you've got in the locker. I'm going to give that one more go, but I want you guys to try it as many times as you feel like you need to in order to complete the challenge, or in order to feel that you've given it your best effort. So let's try that once more. I'm going to go slightly closer to the wall and try and allow me to do it another way. So, glasses off, meaning business this time. Last movement challenge of the day. So I'm going to go super close, and from there I'm going to see if I can turn. Can I come all the way around? No, I can't. So, only halfway for me. I get half marks. I'll have to try again in a different video. Nothing wrong with failing, as long as you tried your best. So, there we are, lesson 8 of Calisthenics Kids, where we've been around the world. We've learned body awareness by going head, shoulders, knees and toes, and we've recapped on previous lessons. If this is the first time you've seen Calisthenics Kids, check out our YouTube channel, check out the private Facebook page, make sure you are part of the Calisthenics Kids group so that you get exclusive access to these videos when they go live, and we can bring parents, kids together. We can improve strength, confidence and movement skill through a love of bodyweight training. Thank you for those who've joined in tonight, and I will catch you again in episode 9 of Calisthenics Kids.